What's going on, YouTube? It's your host, Nathan, back with another video presentation. First and foremost, Happy New Year. I hope everybody is doing well. I pray that 2023 will be a prosperous year for us all. As you have seen the title of this video, we all know what happened last night, Monday Night Football, with the Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals with Damar Hamlin. Send my thoughts and prayers to him and his family. Suffered cardiac arrest during the game. A lot of emotions have been running through my head since last night. I want to give the Cincinnati Bengals, Zach Taylor, Mr. Brown, the utmost respect for showing not only unity but brotherhood in a situation in something like of this magnitude. I would like to thank those last night: Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, Lisa Salters, Booger McFarland, the rest of the ESPN crew, Ryan Clark, those that were sympathetic and were very held their composure, delivered very eloquent words of encouragement, words of wisdom. It's nice to know that we still have love and morality still exists. You know, the one thing that bothers me about our society as a global community is that we see so much negative around us. The good that's done in our communities doesn't get highly publicized enough. I'm very, very disappointed for somebody that is pursuing who is an aspiring sports journalist. It's very, very disgusting to know that those that are in the field lack sympathy, lack humanity, empathy, any other adjective you can think of. It's really embarrassing that companies, and some may know who I'm talking about, keep certain individuals employed when they've shown their true colors of how certain situations have transpired. I'm very, very upset with the NFL with how the whole thing was handled last night. In terms of when you hear this morning the great Troy Vincent, one of my favorite football players growing up, saying, I don't know where okay, you have 5 minutes to warm up, get back on the field. I don't know where that came from. I don't know who said that. I don't have any sources. And I'm not going to make assumptions. But regardless of whoever said that, we have to understand that these players, ladies and gentlemen, they're human. They put food on their families' tables. These guys sacrifice their bodies every week. And for this season, 18 weeks. We don't we know football is a dangerous sport. We know those things. But it makes me uncomfortable that we have people among us who don't read the room and understand. Forget sports for a second. This man could have died last night. Like, we had people on social media talking about, so how does this affect my parlay? How does this affect my fantasy sports? Excuse my language, but fuck all that. That does not matter. Sports does not matter. Sports that'll happen tomorrow, next week, next month. We have plenty of time for sports. That's not what's important right now. The important thing is that this man, we pray for a healthy recovery. I'm praying for every member of the Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, because you have to you have to understand the mental, the psyche of these guys going on the field after seeing that. Now, there's some things that the Players Association and the NFL need to come together, and the Players Association needs to start speaking up a little bit more on things that need to be fixed. Because the one thing that I'm not seeing is player safety is not being emphasized. And that's concerning to me. I think another thing that's concerning to me is that the money's always going to be there. But it's time we start finding ways to, again, improve player safety. This year, I cannot tell you how it has been gut-wrenching, how it's been upsetting to see the amount of injuries that I have seen across the league. That's not even including this season. The past couple of years. But last night was different. Last night, it shook me to the core. Now, there's something that's personal. I'm not going to share that. I'll share that when I'm comfortable in my own skin and I can understand. I can relate to the situation. I'm going to leave it at that. But what is concerning is that why did it take the NFL almost an hour to say this game's canceled? That game should have been canceled. Roger Goodell, I don't care who, the owners, somebody should have said this game's canceled. I really hope that the league, the Players Association, they find this resources to put some of the minds at ease. Because when you see the level of emotion that we all saw last night on the field, understand that's pure emotion, ladies and gentlemen. That's guys, that's a brotherhood. That's a brother. That's a nephew. That's a husband. That's a cousin. That's a best friend. And we also have to understand too, ladies and gentlemen, that we have to really, really appreciate this thing called life. We have to understand for him to work his tail off to get at where he's at, to be in the NFL, and at a split second, something so life altering, where I'm praying that he will be back on the football field soon, could happen so like that. It's not just for sports, ladies and gentlemen. It's with, we all have to we have to look at ourselves in the mirror and saying, how can I be better? When we can't continue to walk around with this animosity or beef amongst one another when life is precious and life is short. You got, and I remember, the saying, you got to hug your loved ones a little tighter and just tell them how much you love them, because tomorrow's not promised. And that's and that's what I'm here to, I want to say is, ladies and gentlemen, let's take this opportunity to be better. Let's put whatever you have against somebody or whatever you're going through, take time to reflect, ask for forgiveness, focus, build yourself up, and just let's be better. Because like what I'm seeing on social media, I'm seeing people coming together and consoling. But what I'm also seeing are pundits in the media being jackasses and obviously worrying about their brand and not about man. Because I'm very surprised with the person that this particular journalist, I'm just going to say Skip Bayless. I have no animosity, no beef towards him, but I'm very disappointed in Fox of how they've handled him in terms of the things he's gotten to say, and he has not got reprimanded for it. Now, Shannon Sharpe was not on TV this morning. That situation with him and Shannon, that's one other conversation for another video. But we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, sports will happen another day. Like, the main focus is this man making a full recovery, and that's all we can do. We can just continue to pray and hope that he will make a full recovery and he walks out that hospital in his own power. I am proclaiming that for him and his family. I donated to his charity. I will leave the link in the description. Please, it's got over $4 million worth of donations, because it started off as a charity for a toy drive for Christmas, and it warms my heart to when we all come together as a global community and we look out for one another, but more importantly, that there's still love and peace and morality in this world. And that's something that I hope that we can continue to build on for generations and years to come. I'm making this video because last night I was very, very shaken up to the core. You didn't see any episode from me for the podcast, because I just felt like it just wasn't appropriate to go live at all. I was on Twitter, I made a couple tweets, sent some likes and stuff, different things like that. But I just wanted to make this video and just share my thoughts on the whole situation, how I feel. Again, I'm praying for DeMar. I'm praying for his family. And also, I got to give a quick shout to T. Higgins. I'm really praying for him because I've seen some things on social media where it's making me uncomfortable. T. Higgins, if you ever get to see this, what happened last night was not your fault. Please do not think for 1 second it was your fault. I'm praying for him as well, because there was a picture, I read a tweet as well, where he came out in the locker room. He was very distraught. He consoled his mom. So I want to also pray for him too. I don't want to forget about T. Higgins. Give a shout out to Stephon Diggs. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a teammate. That's a brother. I wish I had I wish I had someone like Stephon Diggs as a mentor, as someone to look up to at times. Well, I do. But I'm just saying that's somebody that I can call and go, man, I need to rap to you. That's a teammate, ladies and gentlemen. And again, man, let's just continue to pray for DeMar and his family. Let's continue to be better as individuals. Let's continue to pray, ask for forgiveness, And my message for all of us, and especially in 2023, leave all the bullshit, leave all the nonsense in 2022. We can't holding grudges, just walking around, blah 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 blah. This is to anyone in general. Put it in God's hands and move forward. Let it go. Life's too short for the BS. We got to get past that. We have to be better as individuals in this world. Because I promise you, when you release it off yourself and God steers you in the right direction, I promise you, good things are bound to happen. Because God sees, God addresses, and God will take care of it. Just put all your fears, put anything that is hurting you, that's obstructing you, put it at his feet, and he will take care of it. I promise you. And when you do that, you'll see a new light. I promise you, you will. I promise. So, again, prayers for Damar. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. I'll be back on with the podcast, but that's all I wanted to say. Y'all take care. Stay up. Peace.